cookery. Clodagh's here now with a little taste of summer. We've all been going, oh, it just tastes so
I know. You were just saying that risottos are one of your favourite dishes.
Absolutely.
My dad
I just adore it.
And as we were saying also, that it's one of those dishes that you think of and you think, it's so hard to make, and also it's quite expensive to make, because you see it in restaurants a lot. You don't see it at home a lot.
It sounds quite fancy, doesn't it?
It sounds very fancy. But when I lived in Italy for 3 years in the north of Italy, and risottos, everybody makes risottos for families there. And it is so kind of like, almost like every 2 weeks, it's a clear out the fridge, you know, dish. And it's so cheap to make, or unaffordable to make. So the base of it is, I've got leeks, I've got shallot, and I've got garlic. But you could put in onion, you could put in scallions. And then,
is that the basis of, because it's such a versatile dish, like say you can whack anything in it. Would you always start like this?
Yeah, I always start like that. It needs kind of like a little bit of substance at the beginning of it. But as I said, I've got shallot and leek and garlic, but you could use onion and scallion. And then this is a really good tip that I learned in Italy. When I went there, I was like, I'm going to master risotto, I'm going to master tiramisu. There were certain things I really wanted to learn how to make properly. This was one of them, is to toast off the risotto rice. So this is risotto rice, or else it could be called arborio or cannaroli. And you toast it for about 2 minutes. And what that does is it gives another layer of flavour, like if you toast nuts or if you toast spices. So that's quite an important step. And risotto is like a sponge. It'll just like open up and it will just absorb everything. So it's absorbing all these flavours right now. And you know, all that rice that I just put in there costs less than £1.
Right, OK.
So we think of risotto as expensive, but it's actually the most inexpensive. So anybody who is like trying to cut back a little bit and kind of save a little bit of money in their dinners or in their shopping, get risotto.
And it goes a long way, and it's very filling.
And it's so filling, and it's clear out the fridge, right?
Yeah, it's a really good idea.
What are your favourite risottos? Because you love risotto. What are your favourite ones?
And I like anything with cheese in it.
Yes.
Like cheesy, bacony, yummy.
Chicken. Love a chicken risotto.
Chicken risotto. So do you roast the chicken and then shred it and then add it in?
Yeah, and you can actually use the chicken from a roast.
Yes.
In the risotto.
That is such a great tip. So make risotto on a Monday night if you've done a roast chicken.
Yeah.
Good idea.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
And then in goes the white wine. So white wine is optional, but it does give a good flavour to it. And what I do, because I hate waste so much, is when I have...
You drink the rest of the bottle.
Exactly, yeah.
Same.
Yes! In fact, where is it? Julia! What I do when I've got... You know, you always have little bits of wine left over in your bottles.
Yeah.
No.
You do. You
Sometimes.
do. Sometimes, if you've been good, you've got little bits left over. And they all kind of crowd up and they go to waste. But this is a really good tip that I learned a few years ago. Put your any bits of white wine that's left over in the bottle, pop it into an ice cube.
That is a really good idea, actually.
Freeze it, and then you can take it out for little bits like this when you need it. NoWaste.com, or else just drink it.
Very good idea. Never gonna happen.
Drink it.
Very good idea.
And then next I'm putting in lemon juice and lemon zest. So I put in the white wine, next in lemon juice and lemon zest.
And you have to build it up slowly, don't you?
You do. It's a slow build. So this is something, when I'm making a risotto, I kind of try to think of something else that I can do on the side. Do you know what I mean? Like if I have, I don't know, I want to watch something on my computer or whatever, or lay the table or whatever it is, or...
It's quite nice, that. It makes you stop.
It makes you stop.
And you can't do anything else, because you have to watch
So nice. You're so right. It just makes you stop. So you do ladle by ladle, and it should be, the Italians say, it should be flow like a river, you know? Not a runny river. I remember when somebody said that to me. It sounds so romantic, but, like, there's a lot of different kind of rivers out there.
Not a runny river, so a sort of viscous river.
You know, kind of very, kind of like, it can be like this. It should flow.
Right.
OK.
It should flow.
And that's when you know to add more in.
What?
Is that when you know to add more in?
No, you need to add more in when all of the liquid is absorbed. So I've just put in a ladle. Really good point, actually, Ali. I just put it in a ladle, and then you've got all that has got to absorb, and then you've got to put in the next label. What it basically does, it allows the rice to absorb it all, and then to get a little bit creamy, and then it's ready for the next round the next round. And then you want that creamy result. So this has got all of it added in here. I'm going to put a little bit more, tiny bit more. And you can make it ahead up to this point when you've got most of it added in, put it to the side, and then finish it off by adding another kind of little bit of stock into it just before you eat it. Add in your broad beans.
I was looking at your Instagram this morning. We've actually got it here, I think.
Oh, really?
Because all of you, look at this.
Oh, yeah.
This is your garden. All homegrown stuff. The rocket is there. All the stuff that you brought in, the beans are there.
Oh, gosh, that looks like heaven.
That was yesterday. I was getting it all ready to have.
You was quite good as well, because you said you
premiere.
showed a little tip at the end where you pick the rocket and then wrap it in wet newspaper.
Wet newspaper. Yeah, do that for newspaper. Do that for every kind of salad leaf or herb. It keeps it. Wet newspaper. Wrap it up into the fridge. Great way for using up your newspaper as well. So these are the broad beans that I picked this morning, or sorry, last night, and they're lovely and fresh. But I want to say that you could also use frozen broad beans. I've just popped them in there. They only need 5 minutes in there, and then I'm popping in a little bit of creme fraiche as well. I'm also making rocket pesto. I might just chat through that one. So I've got creme fraiche in here, which gives that wonderful creaminess that you really want. Can you taste that creaminess in it?
I can taste so many different levels of flavour.
Lots of lemon as well.
And lots of lemon and lots of mint in here and salt and pepper. And that creme fraiche is brilliant because it gives that gorgeous kind of creaminess into it. And then for the pesto, this is all the fresh rocket pesto that I picked. Anybody out there who doesn't grow pesto, go and rocket yourself to a garden centre and get a packet of rocket seeds.
Is it easy?
£2.
You know my track record with this sort of stuff.
They will fly up for you, Holly, I promise.
OK.
Make a little bit of a tunnel in any space you've got outside, put down your seeds, cover it over, and in a month, your rocket. I have enough rocket to feed
it's a rocket
England.
pesto.
It's a rocket pesto. So I've got fresh rocket, Parmesan cheese, toasted pine nuts, olive oil and garlic. And you just whiz it all together and it comes out looking like this. And it lasts for a month. So that is brilliant because then you can have it for a month. So when you're serving it up, get your gorgeous,
oh my God, it's so good.
Risotto. And if anybody, and I know I kind of slightly whizzed through the kind of growing part, which I really wanted to kind of like try to encourage people to grow their own salad leaves because you can save so much money by growing your own salad leaves. Like £2 will do you for the whole, 2 pounds of seeds will do you for the whole season. But just send me a message on social media or something and I'll send you tips on how to grow it if anybody wants it. But here goes the pesto on top because the pesto is so good on the risotto because it adds another texture and another flavour.
Lovely.
Clodagh, thank you.
And that's it.
Absolutely delicious.
Gorgeous.
As always, thank you. Thank you very much for all the details of today's recipe and more delicious ideas from our This Morning chefs. Head to the feed this morning.